We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Miami Dolphins and the San Francisco 49ers. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Right to the air is Mahomes. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes.
Tyreek Hill's got another one. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
From just shy of midfield, Mahomes. That's caught inside the 20. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road.
Traffic there, and that's complete. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. Here's Mahomes to throw, and that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 20 on the year,
and the Dolphins get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now a 7-0 game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
From the end zone comes Chris Claybrooks to return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10.
At their own 16.
Now the second-year man from Louisiana. Here's Elijah Mitchell.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
And the tackle by Kalen Barnes.
The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit.
And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. It's Hill, complete.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Second down and 3.
Now here's Mahomes. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. DJ Chark, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and you mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
And that flag accepted.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offense coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Okay, ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
On second down, here's Mitchell.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out. Because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's
a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
On 2nd and 10, Mahomes, throw left side complete. That's Hill. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 34-yard line. Now it's Mahomes again. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown!
Tanner Conner.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Dolphins take a 3-touchdown lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 21-0.
49ers nothing.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Claybrooks going to bring this one out. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. Whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25.
We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Strike! Check strike!
On 3rd down, here's Mitchell.
And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the first down.
And they'll go for it. Lance.
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off Byron Jones. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off.
Claybrooks going to bring this one out. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Let's go!
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Right back to Mitchell here.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
First down, here's Mitchell.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Ultra.
Try the right side with Mitchell.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Ready?
A give running right is Mitchell.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Taking a shot for Samuel. And incomplete on the deep ball. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
He's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tanner Conner with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Dolphins continue to pull away here in this first half. So remember now, this was all set up by the stop defensively on 4th down. That's what got them this great field position. And then 2 plays later, they're already in the end zone.
Yeah, partner, funny how it works like that, huh? That's a momentum swing amusement park style. Your defense comes off the field, bouncing, grooving, they're fired up, and it carries over to the other side of the ball.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Claybrooks going to bring this one out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
As this offense gets ready here for this drive, Charles, you still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on 4th down in their own territory, didn't get it, and then that led to a touchdown on the other side.
And I don't mind the aggressiveness. In fact, I'm usually a huge fan of it, but I just want teams to always weigh risk and reward. To me, too early in this game because reward just wasn't big enough to go for it there in case they failed. Now the pressure, back on their offense to pick themselves up, and they gave the touchdown that was just given up.
Lance now on first down.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge. Throwing on 2nd and long.
Lance.
And his throw is incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield of man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
They do go for it. Lance.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football, It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit if they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tanner Conner on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Dolphins have taken a 6-touchdown lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it is 42-0.
49ers nothing.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Claybrooks going to bring this one out. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown, so now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And he'll be brought down here at the 28.
45 yards rushing for him now to this point.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
Here's Lance to throw it.
Escaping the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away but could not. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Lance and company going on 4th down.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Open man is Hill. He's got it. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Hey, 57, 57. Attack!
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Yellow.
Final shot before the half for Mahomes. Touchdown!
Raheem Mostert
As time expires in the first half.
and the Dolphins will extend their lead on the final play of the half. So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
Sanders on for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports.
Claybrooks going to bring this one out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Lance. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Set, ready.
Slot man moves right.
They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
59 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
Another run with Mitchell. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
And he'll be taken down at the 34. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
On the handoff, Mitchell.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves them with a 3rd down and 8.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Lance to throw for it on 4th down.
And able to haul it in is Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 32 yards.
And the 49ers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now this throw caught left side. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. And Shark hauls it in. Touchdown, Dolphins. DJ Chark with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins extend their lead yet again. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. And they'll accept that penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing now is Lance. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Xavier Howard. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hill. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Mahomes. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And this 49er defense stands tall down near the goal line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Steal, check, steal. Ready?
They run over center with Mitchell.
And he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Lance.
Eluding the pressure. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Channing Tindall from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Slant route connects with Deebo Samuel. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Ready, break.
Desperation time here. Lance.
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. DJ Chark, 29 yards.
And the Dolphins look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Claybrooks going to bring this one out. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try to put points on the board.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On the counter, Mitchell.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running back.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
Jalen Phillips able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up 4th down.
On the double.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety.
Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. They complete it to Hill. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes.
Tyreek Hill's got another one. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Dolphins.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
It's a gain of 35. And the Dolphins
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another